All right, today we are diving headfirst into the brilliant psychological trap set by author Alex Michaelides in his mega-hit thriller, The Silent Patient. We're going to break down one of the most shocking, perfectly executed twists in modern fiction. Let's get into how this masterpiece of misdirection actually works.
So let's just start with the promise of this book, right? It's all built around a single explosive reveal. It's a moment so powerful that when you get to it, you realize everything, and I mean everything, you thought you knew was just plain wrong. It's like the entire story gets rewired right in front of your eyes, and it makes you want to flip right back to page 1 and see how on earth you missed it all.
Okay, so at the very heart of this thing is a mystery wrapped in complete and total silence. And to get it, we need to meet our central character, Alicia Berenson.
Now, the setup itself sounds simple enough. You've got a famous painter, Alicia. She's at home, and her husband is found shot 5 times in the face. She's the only one there, so she's the only suspect. And from that exact moment, she just stops talking. Not one word to the police, not to her lawyers, not to the doctors. Nothing. Absolute silence. This silence, of course, turns her into a total enigma. The media has a field day painting her as this cold-blooded monster. But since she won't say a word, the world is just left to guess, Why would a celebrated artist suddenly do something so brutal and then just refuse to explain it? Her silence becomes the central obsession of the entire story.
So, the puzzle is set. And now we get to meet our guide, or at least the person we think is our guide to the truth, the therapist, Theo Faber.
And Theo isn't just some random therapist. Nope, he is completely captivated by Alicia's case. He actually goes out and gets a job at the Grove, the secure hospital where she's being held, for one reason and one reason only. He is absolutely determined to be the one who finally makes her speak.
And right here is where the author starts building this incredible trap. The book is structured in 2 parallel timelines that you're reading at the same time. On one hand, you get entries from Alicia's diary, telling her story in the weeks before the murder. And on the other hand, you get Theo's story, in his own words, happening in the present day as he tries to treat her. So, naturally, we assume he's reading her diary right along with us.
And as Theo digs deeper into Alicia's past through this diary, that perfect image of her life just begins to crack. He starts uncovering all this stuff, that her husband was having affairs, that he was controlling, and most chillingly, that Alicia felt like she was being watched by some mysterious man right before the murder. And we, the readers, are thinking, aha, we're getting closer to the truth.
But here's the thing, we're not getting closer to the truth at all. We are walking deeper and deeper into a brilliant misdirection. This is the moment where those 2 timelines, Alicia's past and Theo's present, are about to crash into each other in a way that absolutely nobody sees coming.
So, this is where all the threads finally pull together. We've been led to believe that Theo is piecing together the past. We know from Alicia's diary that there was a stalker terrorizing her. So, the one final question that unlocks the whole thing is this. Who was that other person in the house on the night of the murder?
The answer? It was our narrator, our guide, the man we trusted this whole time. It was Theo Faber all along. See, the 2 timelines were never parallel in the way we thought. His story wasn't happening after hers, it was happening before.
So, what's the real sequence of events? Well, years before he even meets Alicia as a patient, Theo discovers his own wife is cheating on him with Alicia's husband. Driven by rage, he's the stalker. He breaks into their home, ties them up, and reveals the affair. But then he leaves. His actions, though, directly lead to Alicia shooting her husband. And then, years later, he takes the job as her therapist for one reason: to make damn sure she never ever tells anyone what really happened.
And this completely reframes the reason for her silence. It wasn't madness. It wasn't just trauma, not in the way we thought. It was a calculated, terrifying act of self-preservation. Can you even imagine that horror? The one person in the entire world who knows the full truth is the very man assigned to cure you. She was silent because speaking up was the most dangerous thing she could possibly do. So now that we have the full, shocking picture, let's break down exactly why this trick is so masterful. It's a perfect inversion of roles, where the person we thought was the savior is revealed to be the villain. The book is really built on these powerful ideas. You have the ultimate unreliable narrator in Theo. His entire story is just one big manipulation. And it forces you to question everything you know about trust, about betrayal, and even the very idea that there's a single objective truth out there.
If there's one lesson to take away from this whole thing, it's this. The author conditions us to trust Theo. He sounds professional, empathetic, dedicated. But that voice is a weapon. He uses it to build a completely false reality, not just for the characters in the book, but for us too.
Ultimately, this story isn't just some clever thriller. It's a really deep look at the power of who gets to tell the story. Theo grabs control of the narrative, first by framing Alicia in the past, and then by being our narrator in the present. He shows us that the version of events we accept as truth is often just the version told by the most convincing storyteller.
And that leaves us with a final, really unsettling thought. This book masterfully dismantles our trust in the narrator, the person guiding us. It makes you wonder, in any story, whether it's in a book or just in life, how can you ever be sure the voice you're listening to is telling the truth? Because if you can't trust the storyteller, who can you trust?